What up, YouTubers? It's Justin coming to you from the Big Blue Nation again. And today I was going to talk to you about Ficus Elastica and what all you need to do in order to take care of this rather large plant. There is a little bit of information, but not too much. So hang tight and let's get started. Alright, well, one of the most important factors of taking care of the Ficus Elastica is that the leaves have a strong affinity for dirt, so they're going to get super dirty. At least once a week, maybe even once a month, you need to clean the leaves. So what I'm going to do is show you how to make a solution that's pretty good for cleaning these leaves off. And what you'll need, it's not really an exact science, it's about 3 parts water to 1 part of lemon juice. Now you can either use lemon juice or lime juice. I use lemon juice because it does have a little bit more acidity to it, so that helps get the leaves cleaner and last longer. And it's very important you want to use warm water. You don't want to use hot, and you don't want to use cold, because that can damage the leaves. If it feels good to you, it'll feel good to the leaves, so just be very considerate when you're making the water. And also, I use filtered water just because the water around here is very clean, but it can be a little hard sometimes. And then any kind of water that you use will leave a residual effect on the plants, so you might have a little bit of smearing or grease or anything like that. So like I said, I use filtered water. So basically all I'm doing is just using a washcloth, and you just saturate the washcloth, get it really wet, and wring it out really well. It doesn't need to be dripping because that'll end up dripping off the leaves, all the excess water, and making a huge mess. So wring it out fairly well, and then you support a leaf with your left hand and wipe it with your right, or if you're left-handed, vice versa. And just be gentle. You don't need to hurt the plant, but do put a little bit of effort into it. And then any of the dirty leaves that you see, just go ahead and wipe them off. This is a pretty tedious project, but it is a necessary project for the plants to be healthy. And this also helps you get fairly acquainted with your plant, and it'll help you later on realize something might not be right. So you might end up seeing pests or spider webs or just any kind of discoloration, and the key to fighting stuff off like that is noticing it quickly and being able to plan right. Take too long. I think maybe about 5 minutes, something like that. And you can tell the leaves look a lot better, a lot cleaner, and this will not only help with the photosynthesis but with the gas exchange as well, so that will in turn keep the plant very healthy and help it live longer as well. Now of course this particular individual is Ficus Elastica Robusta. There are several different kinds of variations. I believe there's Variegata, Burgundy, Black Prince, that's kind of a really dark one. But this is Robusta, as I was saying, so it does get on the larger side. This is one of the reasons why I was really attracted to this plant, and also because these plants have been around as houseplants for a long time, since at least the Victorian era. It is from the Moraceae family, the same one as the Ficus lyrata. which is the same genus for figs and mulberry trees. And on the inside, as indoor plants, I've never seen one get over 15 feet. I think the smallest pot that I've seen one in is probably about 6 inches. So, just the largest one I've seen indoors, like I said, is about 15 feet. Now, in their native habitat, they're from Southeast Asia and India. They can get over 100 feet tall, so they do get really large in their native land. They've been naturalized down in Florida, so a lot of these you'll see them growing in Florida, just alongside the roads or wherever. For a long time, this tree was used as a means for inferior rubber. I think they use it as like latex in surgical gloves and stuff like that. For a long time, the ancient people, they've used them to waterproof their clothes and shoes. But rubber is something that has been continued to be used and will continue to be used for a long time, just because it can stretch and go back to its shape. So this will definitely be something that's going to hopefully be around for a long time. Now, when it comes to placement, the darker leaf versions like Burgundy, Robusta, can be really close to windows. But the variegated ones, the ones that are variegated, meaning that they do have some cream color in their leaves, they have to be further away from a direct light source. The cream parts of the leaves do not have any chlorophyll in them whatsoever, so they do not produce any photosynthesis, and only the green parts of those leaves do. So once again, you cannot set them in a direct light source because they will burn their leaves. These guys, you can set them pretty much anywhere you want. The closer to the window, the better. You could get away with setting it in a western-facing window, but in a southern-facing window with a lot of bright light would really be ideal for this plant. Let's see. The plants really do like moisture in their atmosphere, so I do mist mine at least once a day. It does really tend to help the plant. And if you look in here real quick, I want to show you something, what I have all over my soil. That is called gnat nicks. I used to have a really bad problem with gnats. I guess I was watering too much, and that really does attract fungus gnats. And one way to get rid of that is to use something called gnat nicks. And it was invented by a college professor. And basically all it is glass that has been superheated and melt down, and it's almost like sand. All you do is you put that over the soil and about a ½ inch deep, and that punctures the exoskeletons of any kind of pest that have gotten down in there, and it would kill them. So this is one product that I strongly endorse with any plants. If you've ever had any kind of problems with any pests, vine weevils, or anything else in the soil, fungus gnats, aphids, anything like that, gnat nicks is definitely worth its weight in gold. Once I put this stuff down, I've never seen aphids anymore. When it comes to watering this plant, I generally give this plant about 2 cups of water once a week in the warmer months. That does vary depending on where you are, where you have it in the house, if your house is hot or cold, and what time of the year that you're in. So I'm getting ready to head into fall and winter months, so I will dramatically slow the amount of water that I give this plant, anywhere from about maybe 1 cup every 2 weeks to 1 cup once a month in the dead of winter. This plant will go dormant, so it will not be doing any growing whatsoever, so it will not need much water at all. All you need to do is just make sure you leave it in a well-lit area, and sometimes they don't even need that. Just a little bit of light and a tiny bit of water is all that it really needs. Well, that about wraps it up. As I was saying, this is one of my definite top 5 favorite plants. It's been around for a long time, and it does err on the larger side. So this plant will take up quite a bit of real estate, and you need to be prepared for that. I hope this video does help you. If you like what you saw, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you would like to see next, and be sure to hit the subscribe button. Take it easy, YouTube. Have a good one.